So yeah, I have the floor.
You have the floor indeed. Take it away.
So I'm from Glasgow Against Closures. It's a campaign that's around the theme of sustainability, which I feel like is a buzzword that lots of people bandy around without actually really thinking about what it means. So it usually means something that delivers social, economic, and environmental positive impacts intergenerationally. And what that means to Glasgow Against Closures is, for anyone that doesn't know, we're fighting to stop public spaces being closed within Glasgow. So that's libraries, community centres, swimming pools, sports, playing fields, a whole host, museums, art spaces that have been closed, some due to COVID, but have never reopened after COVID, and it's a lack of funding. So we see this as a sustainable campaign and a campaign for sustainability. And public services, we believe, are the bedrock of sustainable societies. We have a common goal in that we want to stop these venues being shut permanently. We want to stop them being community asset transferred, which means that they go out to community groups to look after. We don't believe that's the way forward, as lots of people they're working 2 jobs, they maybe only working 1 job. Would you have time to run a community centre in between working? Not many people do. These things tend to fall apart, as we've seen examples in the past in Glasgow. They tend to be brought back in-house eventually. So it's an unsustainable thing that they're trying to do in the first place. It's going to come back into the council. So that's one of the aims of the campaign, is to bring Glasgow Life, who are an arm's length association now, and they are in charge of all the sports, libraries, museums, arts, and they have charitable status, which is why we are told that they can't be brought back in. However, other councils have done so. So we believe that they can be, and they will be more sustainable and more fit for purpose. So our vision for Glasgow is that our public services, which we believe are the bedrock of any decent society, because they're not caught up in making a profit, or they shouldn't be. We want to see them back in-house. We want to see them open. We want to see them invested in. Lots of the buildings are fairly old in Glasgow, and they've come from a time of philanthropy. As a lot of buildings in Glasgow are, they're Victorian, they're Edwardian, they need investment. And we want to fight to keep them open. Basically, we believe in social, economic justice. Sustainability comes from them being local, so people don't have to travel to them. Economic justice comes from people who don't necessarily have a lot of money being able to access libraries, community centres for free or very little money. And they're staffed by well-paid members of staff who don't go and put their money into a bank account in the Cayman Islands. They would tend to put their money back into local shops and local services. So the whole thing's like a virtuous circle. And that's basically our vision.